Welcome, Winsome Ones. My name is Heather, and today we are starting a three-part series on neutral shoes. So today we are looking at white shoes. Next week we're going to be looking at nude shoes, and the week after that we're going to be looking at metallics. Now, I am all for a statement shoe. I really appreciate the design and craftsmanship that goes into creating a beautiful piece that is the hero piece of an outfit. However, in looking back at some of my previous outfits where I've worn a statement shoe with a really nice dress or a really nice outfit, I find that there's too much noise, too much visual noise in the outfit. And the statement shoe is actually taking away from what else is in the outfit. So I've just been paring down my shoes lately, not in terms of number, but in terms of the hero statement piece of it. And I've been going more and more towards neutral shoes. And I've really found that it's made a difference. They're leg elongating. And then it just really means that you've got one hero piece in the outfit. And if you want that to be a piece of clothing, then the shoes, in a way, are really the supporting act. It doesn't mean that I've gone for less quality. In fact, not at all. I still really appreciate a really good and well-made shoe. But it just means that I'm reducing the visual noise in the outfit. White space is an important design principle, and this really aligns with what Coco Chanel said, that is, before you leave the house, have a look in the mirror and take one thing off. And I really do notice that as I've been streamlining my outfits and going more and more towards neutral shoes, I really do think that I'm getting a lot more out of my outfits. So that's really the philosophy and the drive behind this video today. So let's get started with what I'm wearing. I've got these Wittner ankle boots, which I just bought by chance about 8 years ago. I was just walking past a boutique and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go in and have a look at what they've got. And then I found these and they have just been magnificent. I've taken a photo of all of the shoes so you can actually see these shoes up close. And as you will see, that they are very well loved. I am actually on the lookout for a replacement pair, but the reason that I'm keeping these, and I know that they are a little bit scuffed, is simply because they're really hard to find. A really good pair of shoes like this, ankle boots with a nice little heel, well made and out of leather, is very hard to find. But these shoes are just fantastic, and I have worn them to death. I think they are probably about 50 cents a wear by now. Now these shoes here are by Vince, and they're a little bit more like shoeties rather than actual boots. And these are the closest that I've been able to find to a replacement pair. I still don't want to get rid of those other ones though. But these are fantastic, and what is so good about a shoetie is that it is halfway between a boot and a shoe. So it allows you to wear clothes like this, where you can showcase the ankle and then have a look at the shoe. But honestly, I think a white pair of shoes or a white pair of ankle boots, you just can't go wrong. I've been astonished at how much wear I have got out of this style of shoe. So I guess you could say that these shoes here are my replacement for my previous ones. And I haven't started wearing them yet, simply because I'm still wearing the other ones, but I think these will be a fine replacement. Now, I was fortunate to find these Pinkus white cross-strap pumps a few months ago in Deja Vu. So I got them secondhand and they were basically brand new. They're just magnificent, and I've worn them quite a bit. And I really, really like them. I just think that they're so elegant, just with that cross strap. So you've just got a nice little feature in the shoe that just is unexpected. And then of course you've got this gorgeous sort of pearlescent white. It really is beautiful. And I really like these shoes a lot. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of them. Now, this is another great pair of shoes that has just astounded me with how much wear I've got out of them. These are white leather mules by River Island, and they are already about 50 cents per wear. I've had them for about 8 years, and honestly, they are just magnificent. White mules are just brilliant for summer. They go with everything. I've worn them with jeans, I've worn them with shorts and dresses of all different lengths. They are just magnificent. Now, I love a heel. I wouldn't say that I'm on the short side, but I've got room to go up a little bit. I'm 5'5", so I'm really just average, but I really love the architecture of a shoe with a heel. But I am very much aware that I need to start wearing sensible shoes, or there are occasions when I need to be a little bit more sensible with my shoe choice. And I've been looking at other people wearing ballet flats and thinking, yeah, I kind of get it. So I've been stretching out a little bit into the flat shoe scenario. So that's why I got these, and they really are magnificent. Once again, just that white, just at the bottom of your leg, just really is incredible. And it makes such a statement. And then of course, they're so comfortable. I haven't started wearing these yet, simply because I haven't gone into a summer yet where I've been able to wear them, but they're just beautiful and they're very comfortable, very simple. Now, I got these sandals about 10 years ago, and same sort of thing. They're about 50 cents per wear by now. They are just magnificent. They're a wooden heel, and then they've just got white leather on the top. So comfortable, and it is because of the block heel. But honestly, I just can't recommend white wooden sandals highly enough. They are just fantastic. I've worn them together with this dress quite a lot, with shorts, with white linen skirts of all lengths, as well as dresses in summer. Just magnificent. Now, of course, no video on white shoes would be complete without a reference to the white sneakers. I like the tennis shoe type of white sneaker rather than it looking athletic, because I think, well, when I'm doing exercise, I will wear my gym shoes. When I'm not exercising, I don't want to look like I'm wearing gym shoes. So I would much prefer to just stick to this kind of style. These were some from Superga, and they are superb. Italian leather, and they've actually got an inch high, so it gives me a little bit of elevation, but then because they're flat or horizontal, they're so supportive. And I really enjoy wearing these kind of shoes, because I still think that because they've become part of the mainstream, they really are quite stylish. And with an outfit such as what I'm wearing now, where I've got wide leg trousers and then they just go to the ankle, you can still showcase the shoe and then it becomes part of the outfit. But yeah, honestly, I've actually got 2 pairs of white sneakers. I've got another one, which is more of the canvas, and they are just magnificent. I don't wear them that often, but when I do, I really do enjoy it. And I still feel like it's blending in with the rest of the outfit and looking really stylish. Now, even on those occasions when you need to be dressed up, such as if you're going to work, then white shoes are just magnificent as well. So I've got these cream culottes, which I do wear to work quite a bit. This would be a typical outfit that I would wear to work. And you can see that these cream pumps by Joe Mercer are just magnificent. They are just such a beautiful design. Now, as you can see from the close-up of these shoes, they are very well worn. I'm literally just wanting to get them down to $1 per wear, which I'm very close. I think I'm about 7 wears away, and then I will actually retire them. And I have a brand new pair ready to go, as you can see from this image here. So my new pair of Clio pumps are in this box and ready to go. But these have just been such a magnificent pair of shoes. And Joe Mercer then had another sale. And when I was able to then get the full discount, part of the offer was you buy 2 or 3 pairs, I can't remember. So I literally just bought another pair of these. I thought these have been so magnificent that I just want another pair. And because I got them for a fraction of the price, I just thought they're just fantastic. So I really recommend that you do that as well. If ever you really like a pair of shoes, just buy them twice or even 3 times if you know that you're going to get a lot of wear out of them. So this is the ninth pair of my white shoes. And as you can see, we're really going more into the cream territory now, or ecru, or stone or bone, but certainly not pristine white. And I got these from Wittner. They were having a closing down sale. And so I got about 4 pairs of shoes for a fraction of the retail price. And these are just magnificent. I really am going more and more towards a lower heel and a thicker block heel, because I just don't want to be tottering around on very high, thin heels. I don't like that scrape that goes on in the pavement. You know, when you walk through the pavement cracks, I'm just done with that. And I just think that you can still have some style even when you've got some comfort. I've always sacrificed comfort for style, but I'm beginning to realize more and more you don't have to. But these shoes are just gorgeous because they've got that double buckle. And I really think that they're just going to be magnificent. I haven't worn them much yet, but I know that I will. I'll get a lot of wear out of them. So there you go. There are my 9 white pairs of shoes. And I really hope that you can see from the outfits that I've showcased today that basically they go with everything. I do think it helps if you've got a little bit of white in your outfit, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to just be a white in the outfit. So I do hope that you will join me next week. We're going to be looking at nude shoes. And if you like my content and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, turn on all notifications, and share this video with a friend.